Hey everybody, uh, welcome to my weekly video. Excuse my crazy hair, I'm not really sure what's going on here. It's kind of not doing what I want it to do, so please ignore it. If it tries to chime in, don't listen. Um, okay, so this week's video is going to be a more elaborated version of a video that I've done before. What exercises to do to lose weight? For the answer of your question that you're all wondering about. What exercises do I need to do to lose weight? First, obesity is a result of excess energy intake compared to energy expenditure. Energy expenditure is the amount of energy you use during the day, including physical activity and exercise. So when you're intaking more energy than you're expending, that's when you can see weight gain, which can also lead to excessive weight gain or obesity. Now, your body needs a balance of energy in and out. And there are calculations for all of these things if you're looking into losing weight. So an exercise professional can explain exactly what you need to do to reach your goals with all these really fancy formulas based on a lot of very tedious details. So the answer to your question is aerobic exercise. Aerobic exercise, also known as cardiovascular endurance conditioning, aerobic conditioning, aerobics during the Jane Fonda times, cardio, just regular endurance. Get my drift? There's a lot of different words for aerobic exercise. Today I'm going to use the term aerobic exercise. Now, this kind of exercise has been proven in study after study after study of years and years and years and years and years that doing aerobic exercise is the way to lose weight. Resistance exercise, not so much. However, resistance exercise is incredible for so many other things. But today we're going to talk about aerobic exercise in relation to weight loss. So, a sufficient bout of aerobic exercise at a moderate to vigorous intensity not only alters energy expenditure during your activity, but for many hours afterwards. So you could do an aerobic activity or exercise, and not only are you burning energy, using energy during that time, but you're also continuing to expend energy hours after. Okay? Really cool, right? Now, to lose weight, the American College of Sports Medicine says that individuals should be doing at least 150 minutes a week of moderate intensity aerobic exercise. These are the guidelines for becoming someone that is physically active. And when you're looking into weight loss, they suggest doing more than 200 minutes a week, which means 40 minutes a day, 5 days a week of moderate intensity exercise. These guidelines drop slightly when you're doing vigorous intensity, which will be 75 minutes a week, which divvies out to 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week, to be considered physically active. However, if you are obese, there are things that you need to take into consideration, the kind of aerobic exercise to do, so that you don't hurt yourself, you keep your joints healthy, you keep your heart healthy. And that is for an exercise professional to take responsibility for. Exercise physiologists are the number one people to go to for things like that. Also, a safe and healthy weight loss journey should look like 1 to 2 pounds lost a week. You want your weight loss to be maintainable. You want to be consistent over time, and losing more than 1 to 2 pounds a week is not realistic and not sustainable. It's about energy, it's about behavior change, getting into a better routine. I talk about that a little bit more in other videos. So let's talk a little about a few things. Those things being, what is physically active, if you guys don't know already? What are the minimum requirements, like we just talked about? What kind of activities is aerobic activity? What do these forms of exercise look like? And what are some examples? And finally, what are exercises that you can do to lose weight? What kind of aerobic exercise can you do? Hopefully, I can keep this exciting enough so that you keep your eyes open. All right, here we go. So first, as I said before, the ACSM and the American Heart Association consider 150 minutes of moderate aerobic exercise a week as being physically active. This is 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, or 75 minutes of vigorous aerobic exercise, which divvies out to 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week. If you're overweight and you're looking to lose weight, they suggest 200 minutes a week, which is 40 minutes a day, 5 days a week of moderate aerobic exercise. Now, PA, or physical activity, is considered movements that require contraction of skeletal muscles with an increase in energy expenditure, like we just talked about. At this point, my wife would have totally zoned out because I keep talking about energy expenditure. So energy expenditure, as I said before, is the total energy your body uses to maintain a constant state of being, plus the energy you use during physical activity. So let's touch on a couple things. I want you to remember what I'm going to say. Everything counts and all intensities count, okay? Do not forget that. The lower the intensity, the longer your PA or exercise should be to get those full benefits. So what kind of things are considered physically active, you ask? Well, let's start with light physical activity. Walking around your house, to public transportation, walking to the store, walking around the park with your friends, are all examples of light physical activity. Standing, performing light work like making a bed, washing dishes, cooking dinner, doing laundry, which in my apartment, this is considered a vigorous activity because of how far we have to walk to the washer and dryer. A good way to judge the intensity of your activity is by paying attention to your breathing. If you can hold a conversation while you're doing your activity, it's light. If you can still hold a pretty consistent conversation, but every once in a while you have to pause here and there to take a breath, that's moderate intensity. And if you can't talk at all while doing your physical activity or exercise, it's considered vigorous. Now, with that being said, let's talk about some examples of moderate PA. Walking at a brisk pace, cleaning the garage where you're lifting and moving things, sweeping, mopping, vacuuming, dancing, badminton, golf when you're pulling your clubs or walking. And some examples of vigorous activities are speed walking, hiking, jogging, running. According to the ACSM, shoveling coal, which I don't think anyone in this country has done in their homes in centuries, but hey, whatever floats your boat. Carrying heavy loads, riding your bike, cross-country skiing. You get the idea. And I also want to say, if you're sitting here freaking out because you just realized that you aren't considered physically active, do not worry. Majority of the US is in the same boat, which isn't the best thing because with inactivity, there is a huge increase in chronic disease and mortality. Excuse the beep, that was our buzzer. But it's never too late. It's all about behavior change. You can get started and it'll look different than other people, and it is okay. And an experienced, knowledgeable exercise professional will meet you where you are and not where they want you to be. It's a process for everyone, and everyone's process looks different. You can start at any and every point in your life, and if you've never even thought about being physically active before, let this be your first day. So to recap, aerobic exercise is what you need to do to lose weight. If you want any more information, you can always email me. My contact info is below. I hope you learned a few things. Thank you guys. Bye.